good.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no, that's not what I
yeah.
want.
Maybe 656, maybe. Just a few. Welcome. Thank you, sorors, for tuning in for the South Atlantic Region Awards information session this evening. To Madam Regional Director, Tiffany Moore Russell, and all who serve Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, good evening, sorors. It is time to celebrate you, your chapter, and our sorors for their phenomenal works. Every chapter in the significant South Atlantic region has worked hard to ensure that we are soaring to greater heights of service and sisterhood in our communities. Please note that the training tonight is a single session. Wednesday night session will be the same as this one, so you are not obligated to attend. Next slide, please. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself, Melanie D. Mack, Chairman of the Regional Awards and Exhibits Committee, who proudly serves from the state of Florida, and my lovely co-chairman, Soror Carrie Jarrett Parham, who serves from the state of Georgia. Here are a few program announcements. Our session is hosted in a webinar format. If you have questions or comments related to the session, feel free to use the Q&A function. Our committee members and the regional tech team are actively monitoring the Q&A. Your Regional Awards and Exhibits Committee looks forward to a successful award season. We will discuss the South Atlantic Region Awards for the 2025 program year, as well as our Soaring to Greater Heights of Service and Sisterhood International Program Awards. Again, take special note that entries are a demonstration of our chapters and sorors' dedicated service that was completed in 2025. Next slide. Tonight, we will cover key topics that relate to creating and submitting award-worthy entries. These topics will cover the various categories, critical dates and deadlines, guidelines, digital entries, and arts and crafts entries. We will also share some examples on how to tune in with your entry. Then we will conclude with an opportunity for you to ask a few questions. We are the significant South Atlantic region, so I know there are some significant accomplishments worth highlighting. As our esteemed regional director, Soror Tiffany Moore Russell, has noted in the awards guidebook, your creativity, leadership, and steadfast dedication have elevated our sisterhood and enriched the lives of those we serve. Next slide. Now we will cover the various awards categories. There are 5 categories for the South Atlantic Region Signature Awards. Chapter and individual awards for both graduates and undergraduates. Chapter sizes for the South Atlantic Region's Signature Awards and the International Program Committee IPC Awards are small, medium, large, and extra large. When applying for awards based on chapter size, please use the number of active chapter members as of December 31st, 2025. The Arts and Crafts exhibits for the region's Signature Awards, an overall attendance award for all chapters except the host chapters. Graduate and undergraduate chapters may compete for International Program Committee awards. However, I must note, general members may not apply for International Program awards. And finally, undergraduates may also compete for the Stella J. Lett Undergraduate Leadership Award. At this time, there are a total of 7 graduate and undergraduate chapter awards, 17 graduate individual awards, and 15 undergraduate individual awards. Please pay careful attention to these important dates. As a reminder, to be on time is to be late, so don't let these dates creep up on you. Let's start with these information sessions held tonight and again on Wednesday. Remember that this same content will be presented during the second session, so you do not have to attend both. The next critical date is Saturday, January 17th, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because this is the deadline to apply. On this date, the awards application and your submission payment are due. Your participation application form 1 must be completed online. At the end of this form, it will provide you with mailing information if you are paying by check, and there are special links if you are paying with a credit card. On Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all digital submissions must be uploaded. This includes all chapter information for each award, i.e. name of the award, entrance name, location, etc. An example of the form will be shown later in this presentation. Finally, this year, the Stella J. Lett Undergraduate Leadership Award submissions must be postmarked by Monday, March 2nd, 2026. Please remember that all forms must be submitted and/or approved by the Bachelor's and Graduate Advisor for undergraduate chapters. Now I will review how to create and submit your digital creations. The great news is that the process for submitting entries will be the same as the last award season, digitally through the official online platform, except for the arts and crafts exhibits. Pay special attention to the scrapbook guidelines as well as the upload deadline, as there will be no exceptions. There will be a completion and acknowledgement of the award submission form online. Place the cover sheet as the opening page of the scrapbook for your regional awards and IPC award submissions. And I'm going to pause here because I did have a question today regarding cover sheets. I was informed that there's a place in the awards guidebook where it says it is not required, but then on every sheet that lists awards guidelines, it is at the bottom of the form. Please make a note that the completed cover sheet is expected. All files associated with your entry must be click and open ready. What does that mean? That means that our judges must be able to click on the file to launch it. Do not apply a restriction in order to view the uploaded file, such as asking for a username or password. Entries must not exceed 40 pages. We want to highlight your great work, but limit your submission to 40 pages total. Otherwise, it will be disqualified. Remember, only 1 scrapbook per entrant. Up to 3 sorors per chapter may enter an individual award, except as defined by the award criteria. For submissions using videos, the file length must not exceed 3 minutes total. This includes if several videos are used in a single submission. Otherwise, your submission will be disqualified. Your submissions must be uploaded on the online platform on or before Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No exceptions. When creating and submitting your digital creation, save your files in the acceptable formats only. There is an established list of acceptable file types for your submissions: PDF document files, MP3 audio files, JPEG photo files, and MP4 video files. All of these file formats will allow for sufficient diversity and creativity in your work. There is surely something here for everyone. Now, a word about Canva. You may use Canva to create your submission, but do not attempt to upload it directly from the Canva site. Canva links are not supported by our platform. Export your creation to one of the acceptable file types listed. We will also caution you that when you save your Canva into a different format, be sure to go back over it to make sure that it transfers properly, meaning your text is where you need it to be, your photos are where they need to be in your layout. Just double check and make sure that everything you want to include is included properly in your saved file. Once you've decided on the format for your submission, how you name the file is important to help track and appropriately sort submissions. Use the following naming convention when uploading files to the online platform. For chapter awards, you're going to start with the word chapter because it is a chapter award, underscore. The chapter letters, underscore. The chapter's home city, underscore. The chapter's home state, underscore. Your chapter size, small, medium, large, extra large, underscore. And then the full award name with no spaces. Here is an example. Chapter underscore alpha alpha underscore Chicago underscore Illinois underscore small underscore Georgia Shank Innovative Award. For individual awards, you're going to start with the word soror because it is an individual soror award, underscore. Her first name, underscore. Her last name, underscore. Her chapter letters, underscore. The full award name with no spaces. Here's an example. Soror underscore Ivy underscore Pearl underscore Alpha Kappa Omega underscore Margaret Davis Bowen Outstanding Graduate Soror Award. Now I will turn the presentation over to my beloved co-chairman, Soror Carey, to review how to send your files. Soror Carey, can you hear us? Can you hear me?
I needed to unmute. Good evening. It works when you unmute. I figured that out. Good evening, sorors, and thank you for joining us. Thank you, Madam Chairman. You all will remember last year I told you that we call Melanie the voice. That has not changed. She is still our voice. Soror Melanie gave you a lot of information. And now we're going to talk about sending your file. Now, when you complete and acknowledge the award submission form for each entry online, you must attach your digital submission to it at the end of the form. New this year is the requirement that you upload a clear photo of your chapter and the soror who is being nominated for the award, or the general member who is applying for the award. You will not be able to move forward to completion without completing this step. Please choose the photos that are tasteful and appropriate for the occasion. And I like this being new this year because we search and scrub the internet and your Facebook pages to find a picture. Now we know it will be a picture that you like, so we're excited. After you upload your file, you will receive automatic confirmation that your submission has been received. Again, remember that the deadline is Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't think we can say that too much, Madam Chairman. For more specifics on the scrapbook guidelines, please refer to the South Atlantic Regional Conference Awards Guidebook, which you should have at all times, I think, at your thumbprint when you are doing this. Let's talk about Arts and Crafts Exhibit Award Guidelines. Let's switch gears to the Arts and Crafts guidelines now. The Arts and Crafts guidelines will be displayed at the 73rd South Atlantic Regional Conference. A copy of a completed judging criteria form must accompany each entry and be placed on the table. A chapter may only submit an entry as either a chapter or an individual soror, not both sorors, or it will be disqualified. We don't want that to happen. Each exhibit entry should be prepared to share a table with another participating exhibit. Each exhibit will be restricted to a height of 8 feet from the floor or 4 feet atop the table. All arts and crafts exhibits must be set up on site the Thursday of the regional conference week. That's Thursday. Exhibit entries will be judged during the regional conference week. If undergraduate chapters cannot make the setup deadline, we ask that you please send your exhibit by the graduate chapter. It is encouraged that arts and crafts exhibits use a non-distracting background for their exhibit. All arts and crafts exhibits must be uploaded to the online platform Saturday, January 31st, 2026. There are no exceptions, sorors. Please do not mail or ship any awards materials to the hotel or the Rosen Shingle Creek. Show the full look of your creation when uploading it. Arts and crafts entries should not be taller, here again, than 8 feet from the floor or 4 feet atop the table. Details for exhibit check-in and setup at the Rosen Shingle Creek will be provided on site. All chapters are responsible for picking up their exhibits at the scheduled disassembly time. The time will be posted. The region is not responsible for exhibits that are not picked up at the designated time. let's talk about form submission requirements. Page 13 in the awards guidebook is where you will find the necessary details for your submissions. The first step in the awards process is to complete the online participation application and remit your payment. The deadline for that submission is Saturday, January 17th, 2026. If you are paying by chapter check, it must be postmarked by this same date. Read the awards guidebook very carefully, sorors, in its entirety. Award submission are due here again, Saturday, January 31st, 2026 at 11:59 p.m. It is important to note that general members are ineligible for international program awards. Judging criteria forms. There are examples of the judging criteria forms in the awards guidebook. To streamline the upload process, the committee created award submission forms to coincide with the upload of the award entries. The award submission form must be completed in its entirety and acknowledged by the chapter's bachelor's and graduate advisor for undergraduate entries for each submission. For arts and crafts exhibits, the judging criteria form must be printed and displayed on the table. Let's talk about the South Atlantic Award winners for 2025. This is a collection of award-winning submissions from the 2025 program year. As you can see, they are varied and their presentations draw interest. Did we not have those to show? Okay. Let's move on to International Awards 2025. All chapter international award submissions for Soaring to Greater Heights of Service and Sisterhood International Awards must be for in-person activities. In-person activities again. Award selections for the Strengthen Our Sisterhood Award, the SAR Award, and the Generation Next Award will be handled by the Regional Awards Committee and will follow the process set forth by the region. The International Program Committee will not be involved in the selection of Regional Strengthen Our Sisterhood Award, the SAR Award, or Generation Next Award winners. International awards, the Strengthen Our Sisterhood Award and the SAR Award will have one graduate and one undergraduate winner for each chapter or category size. The Strengthen Our Sisterhood Award and the SAR Award will have one graduate and one undergraduate winner for each chapter size. The Generation Next is an award specifically for the graduate chapters. At first, second, and third place awards will be given per region, not based on chapter categories. The entry of the first place winner for each region will be shared with the Generation Next Committee for a chance to win an award recognition at the Boule or Leadership Seminar. Next, we will ask Soror Melanie to continue with the rest of our presentation. Soror Melanie, use your voice and take it away.
Thank you, Soror Carrie. Let's look at ways to improve your odds. To see examples of digital scrapbooks, a quick internet search can be the best tool. There's a lot of information out there today. We recommend that you do a Google or YouTube search for ideas on how to create one. Design websites like Canva, PicMonkey, Microsoft Publisher, PowerPoint, Word, or Adobe Premiere Pro may be good resources to help you create your submissions. Just remember to save them in the correct format. Use stats to demonstrate impact. Pay particular attention to impact numbers, like the number of people served, the number of hours spent, number of community volunteer hours, etc. This shows results. Show emotion and passion in your submission. Sometimes that emotion can come from those who've witnessed your good works, so don't be afraid to include personal notes, testimonies, and recommendations. Pay attention to the music, videos, and order of your presentation. If you're adding music or videos, always make sure that the music is appropriate and curse word free. When in doubt, use instrumentals. Your slides should make sequential or logical sense to the judges. Provide support and guidance for your undergraduates. I'm sure you've noticed that the same chapters often win year after year because they've figured out that you can't win if you don't apply. So they apply to everything. All of our undergraduates are amazing and deserve to be in the spotlight for their hard work. Make sure that they have an awards team in place. Perhaps invite them to attend your awards committee meetings so that they can learn how to highlight their achievements. Include them in your awards season planning because these young women are very tech savvy and could perhaps help you strengthen your submissions. Remind them of their splendor and encourage them to compete. If you've never created a digital design before, consider adding a soror with technical know-how, graphic design skills, and/or an instructional designer soror to the chapter's awards committee. For arts and crafts exhibits, create eye appeal and use display boards, easels, screens, racks, or diagrams to help make them more effective and tell a story. For example, handmade jewelry elevated on a background cloth of velvet, satin, or other textures. Ceramic bowls, plates, etc. displayed on racks. Table easels for paintings. The arts and crafts exhibits will be judged by local community members, so you have to present them in a way that draws them in. While we're here, let's take a few minutes to talk about late submissions. Every upload is date and time stamped down to the second. So when it's 12:01 a.m., 1:32 a.m., or 7:59 a.m. the next day, and you can't upload your submission, understand that the system will not allow it, and the South Atlantic Region Awards Committee cannot reopen it. If you send your presentation via email because you can't figure out how to upload it or you've missed the deadline, Your entry will be disqualified. Submissions that are sent via email will not be reviewed. It's also important to note that regional awards typically do not change year over year. So you've had an entire year to work on your submissions. If you have not, be sure in the future to take advantage of this massive amount of lead time and do not wait until 11:52 p.m. to submit your presentation right as your electricity inexplicably shuts off, or your computer blacks out, or your phone will not allow you to upload, or the dial just keeps spinning rather than completing the upload. These are not random comments that I'm making. These are actual situations that have happened recently over the past award season. Please plan for technical glitches and logistical problems in advance by giving yourself enough time to ask for assistance long before the deadline. Your digital scrapbook is a record of your chapter's history. It can be used as a resource for leadership training of chapter officers, a source for a chapter audit, a display for anniversary events, membership milestone celebrations, and they may be useful during the membership experience. We want to thank you, sorors, for your time and attention this evening. And we've done a lot of talking up to this point. So we want to open the floor for a few questions at this time. And if you would, team, click that forward button again for the slides so that our graphics pop up. There you go. That's the one. And now we're going to move into the chat function. And so, Carrie, you're going to kind of lead us through this. And me and several members of our team, we are going to sort through the awards book to find the answers.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for your attentiveness, Soros, and your attendance. The very first one is for T-Lane. Don't let me butcher anyone's name. Where? Are we allowed to use any SAR or international graphics logos? Did someone answer this one already?
Madam Chair, no, that question was not answered yet.
Okay. Are we allowed to use logos?
I do not believe we can use the program logos without permission. If we have a resident Ivy Leaf reporter who may know.
I know that in the past, when my chapter asked that question, we were allowed to use the SOAR logo.
Right.
Always in order to use the SOAR logo. I don't know about any others. I don't think we can ever use the SHIELD logo without permission. That is my initial thought.
I do believe you're correct.
Okay, all right, okay.
Right. So we cannot use program logos or the shield. We do need permission for those.
Okay, the next one. Melissa Mitchell. Does a clear picture of the chapter individual awards need to be on cover letter along with the judging criteria, or is that just for arts and crafts?
Actually, the photos are going to be used, for example, if you are a winner, it will be used, on that big jumbo screen that we see and scream and clap for. We want to be able to use the photo that you choose for your celebration when you win the award. That's what the photo upload is for. It will not be included in any of the other documentation that you submit.
And if I remember correctly, Soror Melanie, is that photo uploaded to the cover sheet or in another spot in the to be uploaded?
Thank you for asking that clarifying question. When you go in to upload your submission, the first link you're going to see is going to ask you to upload the submission. Once you do that, the next item on the list will ask you to upload the photograph. And so they're two separate items, but they are back to back on the forms. And so they are warehoused separately within the system.
Okay,
Does that make sense?
very good. It does to me. The United States Postal Service postmark times have changed. Please remind everyone that taking items to the post office on Saturday may not give you a postmark date of Saturday. That's a good observation. Thank you so much, Soror Sharon. That's a jewel right there. Thank you for helping us out.
So I do have a suggestion for that. If Saturday is your day that you're going to submit your check for payment, I highly recommend, in fact, I strongly encourage you to physically walk into the post office to the counter and have them stamp your envelope right there and give it to them for mailing. And that way you are sure that it is postmarked on that date. Really, that's the only way to do it. If you drop it in the box outside because it's the weekend, they may not see it or get to it until Monday. And that means when they start processing it through, you'll have that date on your payment. So to avoid that, please physically walk into the postmark, stand there to the post office, stand there and watch them stamp your envelope and send it back.
Very good. I didn't know that. Thank you. I learned something. Okay, the next question is from Kennedy. I think it's Kennedy Price. Can you please clarify what needs to be completed for the chapter exhibit by the 1/31 deadline? Does the entire exhibit need to be finalized and built?
No, it does not. So what we need is just, it can be a narrative, a description, it can be a photograph, pretty much showing what it will look like, what your intentions are. We just want to have a general idea of what it is that you're going to be submitting. It does not mean the whole thing has to be finished and completed. We just need an understanding of what it is that you're going to submit. And it is an application. It proves that you intend to complete an arts and craft project. So it gives us a listing of those SORs and chapters that are going to be participating.
Sarah Melanie,
Yes.
this is Sarah Angela.
Okay.
She may be getting confused because on page 21, number 4 says all arts and craft exhibits must be uploaded to the online platform Saturday, January 31st. There are no exceptions to this rule. I think that's maybe where she's getting a little cloudy because it says that.
Yep, I understand entirely. And
Okay.
that's pretty much for the description of the project. These are actual displays that are going to be on a table. So they're physically going to be out into the room. And so needless to say, you can't upload those. But what you can do is you can upload a narrative, you can upload a photograph of your intention and what the arts and crafts project will be, so that we can then catalog it and make sure that we have space for it. That's the other consideration, sorors. We want to make sure that we have enough tables in that space to house the arts and crafts submissions that are coming. And so that helps us do that task as well.
Okay, very good.
And
The
thank you, Soror
next,
Angela, for that.
yeah, it's important to clarify that.
Mhm.
The next question is from Francis Mack. Is that your relative?
It might be.
Will we receive a copy of this presentation?
Now that I don't know. I can talk to the communications team and the tech team to see if perhaps it's something we can include maybe in the weekly regional notes. Maybe
Mhm.
we could do that. That may be a good place to house it. And that way everybody has access to it. So let me work on that and see what I can do.
Work your magic. Regina Winkfield wants to know, does the cover page need to be the first slide before each page?
Wait a minute, say that one more time.
Does the cover page need to be the first page before each page?
Yes. Yes. So what I think what they're asking is that cover page that's in the awards guidebook, where it has the description, it lays out the points, it asks for signatures, that page should be the first page in your presentation. And then every page after that is the award submission. So the answer to that question is yes.
Okay. Tania Francos, I am a former ILR and on the regional COMMS committee, no AKA logos are allowed to be used without permission. As for SAR, there are no guidelines.
Oh, okay. So I take that to mean we cannot use the soaring logo either.
Mm,
Is because that's what it sounded like to me.
sounds that way to me as well.
So I'm
Well,
hoping if she can reply back, that would be nice to know. As an Ivy
mhm,
Leaf reporter, they know that brand guide backwards and
right,
forwards. So
right.
I don't want to speak out of turn.
And when in doubt, I always say, ask permission.
Mhm.
That's not a situation where you want to ask forgiveness.
No. And you might also want to check with your chapter's Ivy Leaf reporter, because
That
they
part.
should have a copy of that guide as well.
I think so.
Hmm.
The next one, and thank you very much,
Yes.
Sora Tania. Shayla Ferguson. Just for clarification, the award judging form doesn't need to be right after the cover page or the award submission.
It should be the first page. It should be the very first page. So when I click on your presentation and it opens, that first page should be that judging form.
Mm-hmm.
And then your submission should be every page after that.
Okay. Uh-oh. Um, Kenya Willis. I serve on the, it clicked away. Let me find, I serve on the regional, what is COMMS, that abbreviation? What is that? Communications Committee. And we are allowed to use the initiative logos and the SOAR logo. That's what I thought. They told us, but don't listen to me. We can only use the shield per permission. Now that's what I've been told.
Okay.
She's on communication, so she'd be the one screening all of that.
Yes, actually.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
I just don't want them to be able to say, well, Sora Melanie said that I can
That,
use whatever. I'm
and you're
deferring.
really going to be in trouble if you say soror Carrie said.
Yes.
Because I always ask,
Mhm.
Cecily Lewis, is the logo and graphic question in regards to arts and crafts not digital scrapbooks?
It applies to everything. It applies to everything. And remember, when we're physically on site, a lot of sorors go through the arts and crafts exhibit, including former presidents, former regional directors. I mean, we have international officers that go through. You never know who's going to see your submission. And
That's
what
true.
we don't want to see is you misusing the logos. So I highly suggest you contact your Ivy Leaf reporter just to make sure that your submission, take a picture of it, send it to her, ask her if it's okay, and before you put it out there, because I think that's even more telling in an arts and crafts exhibit, even than the digital presentations. So I would just be very mindful of that.
Mhm. Tiffany Keller Goolsby. The Emory O. Jackson Award states that publications will be accepted for 5 years preceding their submission.
Mhm.
Can a publication that was previously submitted be submitted again if it was submitted in a previous year but did not win? If it is within the 5 years?
That's a very good question. And the answer to that is yes.
I
So,
won't remember.
yeah, exactly. We see so many. But also there's a couple of things. So when you do your presentation, and even if it was a winner, every year I will let you in on a little secret. We always have a a batch of new judges that are participating. And even those previous judges who Sora Carey calls our alum, they are assigned to different awards. So they may not have judged your particular award in that previous year. So this may be something that they've seen for the first time. They may also not remember because they've looked at several awards a year ago. And so they may not remember. So if you just want to do some tweaking, you want to update some information, change out some photos, feel free to work this however you and your awards committee feels is most appropriate. You will not be penalized in any way for doing that, but just make sure that you follow the criteria for that particular award.
Very good. Dijon Jackson. For the electronic submission of awards, is there a maximum byte size allowed? For example, 64 megabytes in the Dropbox submission.
Yes, but I'm not exactly sure what that is. So that's a question we'll have to get an answer from the technology team. Because I do know we've had situations where the file was a little too big and they had to, and I forget what it's called. Forgive me, I am not a tech person. But there is a way to shrink your file. Usually the issue is the photographs in the files. Photographs are really big. And so there is a way that you can shrink your file without losing the integrity of the file. If a member of our tech team knows what I'm trying to say and can say it better, please help me out.
So it's called file compression.
Thank you.
So when they attempt to save the file, there should be an option that says compress my file. They can submit it that way. They can also probably do a Google search, or you look for a YouTube video that tells them how to do it and to allow them to preserve the look of the document as well.
Thank you so much for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. I'm learning a lot. If I create a PowerPoint, this is Tulane Weir. If I create a PowerPoint and save it as a PDF, upload using the correct naming convention, is that correct?
Yes. The short answer to that is yes. And so, Karen, I see you shaking your head. Yes, that is
I was
correct.
about to answer her, but then Sarah Carey started talking. So yes, that's correct.
Did you want to add to that? Did you want to add a comment?
Yeah,
No,
please do.
no, I
Add
think
the comment in the
go ahead and I'll go
type
ahead
and
and
answer.
answer it anyway in the box.
Yeah,
So
that
that way
would
it'll be
be
there.
good.
Okay.
I just
Thank
know
you.
that I'm butchering this name. Is it Kina Willis? I have the Brandon guideline and serve on the Regional Communication Committee. Using the crest and chapter logos are prohibited. SOAR and initiative logos are okay.
Oh, that's good to know.
South Atlantic Regional Meet. That's just the guideline. The next one is Ververly Bird Davis. I am on the SAR graphics team, and we have a lot of experts. Thanks for joining. I am on the SAR graphics team, and there is no rule against using the SOAR awards. This helps in your identification of the award. I do know that permission is needed to use that shield, and your bachelors can get that permission. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it sounds like the shield is the issue. That's what it
Always,
sounds like.
always, you'll get your hand slapped about that shield. I know. As a general member, this is Tania, Tania again. As a general member, I want to apply for an award as a general member that asks for bachelor's name, etc. Does this mean I can't apply? I noted that, Sora Melody, when I was reading it. It did give specific, that was an oversight on my part, on the fact that the bachelor's has to sign, or grad advisor. I did not address general member. Forgive me. I think what we've said, Sora Angela,
I can
please
answer that question.
go on.
Or did a member of my team want to answer
Yes,
it?
Sora Angela would like to answer that question. Sora Angela McDonald.
Mhm.
I
She was
apologize. I'm typing in it right now. I wasn't listening because I was answering a question.
Oh, that's okay. So basically, when it comes to general members, there's only a certain number of awards that general members can apply to. And when you apply to those awards, what happens is when you click on that link, it takes you to a form that only asks for the awards, the soror who is applying. It asks for her information, but it does not ask for a bachelor's. It does not ask for a graduate advisor. It's a totally different form for general members. So you should not encounter that when you click on that link and go to upload your submission. Now, I will say, if you run into a problem, please contact me. And I will get with the tech team and we will figure that out. But we've done all kinds of testing. And so that's how I know that form is specifically for general members.
Okay. The next question, Sarah Angela has already answered. Sarah Ashley Hill, if you have additional questions, please put it in the Q&A. Sarah Sharon Madison. Oh, Sarah Karen, you've answered that one.
Now that she cannot find the awards book guideline, the book.
Oh,
Okay. And you showed her where it is?
I gave her the exact date that the email was sent
Oh,
and
perfect.
where it came from, and that there's a link included in that email.
Thank you.
okay, very good. Thank you for that. The next one, Chambray Dowdell, zip code. Could you elaborate on that? All I see, or I'm sure you typed something else, but all I see is the zip code. Zip file. You know, my eyes need to be examined. Zip file. What is your question about the zip file? If you could elaborate on that. Somebody's laughing at me. I don't blame you. Leah Hunter. Just trying to clarify one final time. The first page in our submission is the form. The second is the cover letter, and then our submission. Now, let us know what form you're talking about.
Yeah, when you say cover letter, what does that mean?
The form. Because the first page is the cover sheet.
Is the judging criteria form.
Judging criteria
yes.
form.
The first
then
page
the
is
cover letter.
Well, what cover letter are we talking about? Because not every award requires a cover letter.
Give us, clarify, Soror Leah. Thea Murphy. The fee chart is not in the award book. I had to click on the Form 1 to see the fee list.
Yes.
And that's by design, I think. Go on, Soror Melanie.
Yes, no, Soror Carrie, you are correct. Okay. Sharon Madison. I can't find the book. Oh, you answered that, Soror Karen. Okay, thank you.
Yes, I'm getting ready to send her a private email. If she'll send me her email address, I will forward it to her.
Very good. You're going to send her a link?
Yes.
Would you be able to provide the link to the awards book? Thank you.
Can you put it in the chat?
It's actually in the notes. It's actually in the notes.
Yes.
They are notes.
Yes, it's in the regional SAR notes for the week.
Yes. January 2nd was the date that email was sent.
And it came out by itself, correct?
Yes.
It was it had a note from Madam Regional Director attached to it. So it wasn't SAR notes. It was it might have been.
SAR E-News, 73rd SARC Awards.
Yes.
And it came January 2nd.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Soror Chambray said disregard her question. The next one is Cheryl Wright. I believe the previous Soror was referencing zip file as a way to compress her submission. I think so.
Now, the only thing about zip files, and again, I'm going to have to lean on my technology crew because that is not my lane, but I'm not sure if it will allow you to upload a zip file. I don't know. Can someone from the tech team let us know if that's possible?
What platform are you all using for these uploads?
I'm not exactly sure the name of it. It's the award, it's the platform where the forms are housed.
Okay, so that's a Google Drive.
Okay.
You can upload a zip file to a Google Drive. However, you then have to depend on the committee to then extract all of those files out for you. And I'm sure the committee is not going to be responsible if your documents do not come out looking like you sent them.
Right.
So I as a tech professional, for this, I would not recommend using a zip file. You zip them all up together, and the committee cannot be responsible for what happens when they extract out. So just think about that when you're making those decision sorors. Everything may not stay laid out the way you sent it, and then you'll be upset when your awards are not given the review that you expect. Just a thought.
Thank you. And please do not put 3 and 4 submissions into one zip file and try to upload it. Right. Because that will absolutely not be reviewed. Each individual submission has to have its individual form. You have to go into that awards link and upload specifically to that award.
Mhm. And if we cannot open the file, or if it's corrupt or not in the right format, we unfortunately don't come back to you and say, could you resubmit? We can't open the file, or it's corrupt, or it's distorted. We can't do that. We see that Sarah Sharon Madison sent her email, Melanie, and now she's saying, I have the book.
Good.
And those are, oh, I'm sorry, Candace Torrance. Is file compression and zip file the same thing? I recall Asura mentioned file compression was a good option.
Yeah, I believe that's two different things. Team, can you clarify just to make sure? I think they are two separate things.
What is the question again?
Is file compression and zip file the same?
No, they're two different things. For a zip file, you take multiple files, like Melanie said, and zip them together. For compression, you're actually taking one large file and making it smaller.
Madam Chairman, that is, wait a minute. Some Danielle Taylor, Sora Danielle. To clarify, last year we created a Canva link and put it on a Word document. Is that allowed?
No, it is not. No, it is not. So please do not do that. Take your Canva presentation, download it in the correct format, and send it in accordingly.
No emails.
Right. You have to remember, we get hundreds of submissions every season, and all of these presentations have to be sorted. They're divided amongst the judges. We try to make it as easy as possible for our judges to get to your submissions. And when you start getting creative like that, they have a difficult time navigating. So we try to keep it as simple as possible.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
this is Sora Benita. I wanted to go back to Soror Madison's question. I believe that her concern is she has the awards book now, but I think what she's looking for, which doesn't exist, is a list identifying how much it would cost, like if they wanted to do 3 individual awards, or is there a cost per, I think that's what she's asking. And if I'm not mistaken, it's on the sheet that the bacillus has to sign, where it identifies the cost for, or like a range of awards and categories that's going to be submitted. But unfortunately, I've been looking, I can't find the exact page, but I
Page
believe
13.
it's on that sheet.
Yeah,
Page
it's on
13.
page 13, and
Page 13.
you have to physically go into Form 1 to see the price ranges for graduate members, graduate sorors, and undergraduate sorors.
Sora Tania put her phone number and email. And Sora Tania, we need you to email us with your questions to the South Atlantic region email that Sora Melanie shared with us. Would Sora Benita, would you put that email in the Q&A for quick reference? We will need you to email us your questions, Soras. Great, Sarah Sharon. I found it, the fees. Thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
We're going to take a couple more, just 2 more questions, or Carrie, if we have them.
Those are all we have in the chat.
Okay. All right. Well, Soros, if you have additional questions, do not hesitate to contact us directly at sarawards.tune@gmail.com. It is now up on the screen. Please make a note of it. just send us a quick email and we will answer as quickly as we can. All right, next slide, please. All right. Now, before we close, I have to thank my co-chairman, soror Carrie Jarrett Parham, as well as the entire South Atlantic Region Awards and Exhibits Committee for all of their hard work over the past 4 years. It has been my honor to work with these women. I have never worked on a committee that has been so detailed oriented, focused, willing to roll up their sleeves and jump in no matter the day or night. We've had late nights, especially during this season where we've just had to get it done to make sure that our sorors, their work is honored during the conference. And I want to say a particular thank you to them at this time and let them know that their hard work has not gone unnoticed. Thank you, sorors, very much for your patience, for your commitment over these past 4 years. Next slide, please. And you can take us out, tech team. We look forward to receiving your award-winning submission, sorors. Have a really good night.